Well, folks, it seems the house always wins, especially when the house is Las Vegas. This city is known for its glitz, glamour, and endless entertainment. But right now, it's also known for its blistering heat. And it's hotter than Satan's sauna in July. The temperatures are soaring to unprecedented levels, making it feel like you're walking on the surface of the sun. We're talking record-breaking, asphalt melting, pool water simmering heat. The kind of heat that makes you question your life choices as you step outside and feel your shoes sticking to the pavement. The kind of heat that makes you wonder if you should be cashing in your chips or melting them down to make popsicles. Ice cream doesn't stand a chance. It turns into a puddle before you can even take a bite. You know it's bad when the Bellagio fountains evaporate before they finish their water ballet. The iconic water show is now more of a steam show, disappearing into thin air almost instantly. Tourists are coming for the gambling and staying for the chance to experience spontaneous human combustion. They're armed with fans, misting bottles, and anything else that might offer a momentary respite from the relentless sun. Even the flamingo lawn ornaments are begging for a dip in the Mirage volcano. These plastic birds look like they're ready to take flight, just to find some shade. It's a heat wave for the history books, folks, and Las Vegas is turning up the heat like never before. This isn't your average summer scorcher, folks. We're talking temperatures so high they're breaking thermometers. The desert city is on track to set a record for the most consecutive days over 115 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 46.1 Celsius for anyone outside of America, all amid a lingering hot spell that will continue scorching much of the US into the weekend. Sidewalks are shimmering like mirages, and your phone now doubles as a personal pizza oven. Air conditioning units are working overtime, threatening citywide blackouts. The Strip looks less like a dazzling neon wonderland and more like a post-apocalyptic wasteland, where the only things thriving are scorpions and conspiracy theories. Now some folks, and by folks I mean scientists, those nerdy killjoys, are pointing fingers at this whole global warming thing. They gather in their labs, crunching numbers and analyzing data, all to tell us what we already know: the planet is heating up. But what does that really mean for us? Are we supposed to panic, or is there a silver lining somewhere in this cloud of doom and gloom? You know, that little issue where we're treating the planet like a giant trash can, and it's decided to fight back with a heat wave that could melt steel beams. Imagine stepping outside and feeling like you're walking into an oven. It's not just uncomfortable, it's downright dangerous. And it's not just happening in one place. These heat waves are popping up all over the globe, making us question our summer vacation plans. They'll tell you it's greenhouse gases and carbon emissions and all sorts of scientific jargon that's about as exciting as watching paint dry in the Mojave Desert. But behind all that technical talk, there's a real issue at hand. These emissions are trapping heat in our atmosphere, creating a blanket that's slowly but surely turning up the global thermostat. It's not just a theory, it's a reality we're living in. But is it really the planet's way of saying enough is enough? Or are they just trying to scare us into recycling? Maybe it's a bit of both. The planet is definitely sending us a message, but the question is, are we listening? Or are we too busy debating whether it's all just a smokescreen? One thing's for sure, ignoring it won't make it go away. So whether it's through recycling or reducing our carbon footprint, we all have a role to play in this global drama. But hold on, because there's another theory bubbling up faster than a pot of instant ramen in this heat. It's a theory that's been simmering in the minds of many, especially those who have a penchant for the dramatic and the divine. Some folks are dusting off their Bibles and saying, "This is it, folks, the end times are here." They're flipping through the pages, pointing to passages, and proclaiming that the signs are all around us. It's all there in the book of Revelations, right between the 4 horsemen and the locusts with stingers. The imagery is vivid, the warnings are dire, and for some, it's a script that's playing out in real time. Now, I'm no theologian, but if this is the rapture, shouldn't it be a little more heavenly? Shouldn't there be a sense of divine intervention, a feeling of celestial grandeur? Where are the pearly gates? The gates that are supposed to welcome the righteous into eternal bliss. The streets paved with gold. The golden pathways that are said to lead to a paradise beyond our wildest dreams. This just feels like another Tuesday in Vegas, except with more sweat and existential dread. The heat is oppressive, the air is thick with tension, and the sense of impending doom is almost palpable. People are glued to their screens, scrolling through news feeds, trying to make sense of the chaos. Is this really the end, or just another chapter in the never-ending saga of human history? With wildfires, hurricanes, and earthquakes happening more frequently, it's easy to see why some might think we're living in apocalyptic times. But is it truly the end, or just a wake-up call for humanity to change its ways? Perhaps instead of looking for signs of the end, we should be seeking ways to find peace and purpose in the present. After all, every ending is just a new beginning in disguise. So, there you have it, folks. Is this scorching heat wave just a freak occurrence, a side effect of our love affair with fossil fuels, or a sign that the big guy upstairs is finally turning up the thermostat? Maybe it's none of the above. Maybe it's aliens, or a government experiment gone wrong. Or maybe, just maybe, it's time to invest in a really good air conditioner and a pair of those cooling neck wraps. Stay cool, my friends, and maybe invest in a really good fan. Whatever the reason for this inferno, one thing's for sure. It's hot out there. So, stay hydrated, wear sunscreen, even indoors, you never know. And maybe lay off the spicy food for a bit. And hey, if you do happen to see a swarm of locusts heading down the strip, do us all a favor and point them towards the nearest poker table. They can't be any worse at bluffing than some of the folks I've played with. So what are your thoughts about this heatwave in Las Vegas and in other parts of the world? Status quo or status no? Whatever that means. Share your thoughts in the comments.